There's also a quote here. It says, "Tapping on the crack in the cement denoted red bombs." I think that this, like the reader, not the reader, but the writer, is saying that like these things, like these bad things, should can be changed, but by herself, she can't really do it.
Yeah, I think that, I think a change could be made if the woman herself, or say the man in the other poem, was to speak up about it and maybe get other people to go along with what they believe should be changed. But that'd be a possibility. But then again, it takes a person who's really actively believing in what they're talking about, and sometimes I think when you're not actually present in that situation, at least in the one poem, I think it might be hard for the woman to actually want to stand up, and maybe she just wants to write about it. But
I'll ask the question. Do you think that she could have done it with more people's support? She could have changed the world, the bad things that's going on, with more people's support?
Well, I don't think so, because look at the there's a lot of groups right now with a lot of support, but they really don't change anything. It's about the two people, about the conflict. But I think that mindset of the always wanting to fight is gonna stay there forever.
I think to add on to what Jason was saying about how there is so many groups out there nowadays, and it's still not making a change. Those groups bring awareness to the problem, and I think that this woman and this man could bring awareness to the fact that people are treated unfairly and there needs to be change. But then again, you would have to get huge thousands, millions of amount of people to go along with what you were saying in order to make a change. If you look down at any political thing, anything, you see in politics, people are like, well, let's make a change. You have a bunch of people in a party, but yet, people who are in power still say no, and that's just the way it is. So I think unless you are the one in power and are able to make that change because of force, then no, I don't think that you can actually just change the world with one person.
So what you're saying is only the people in power can change things?
I don't think you have to, I don't want to make it seem like you have to be just the president or the king to change things, but I think you have to have recognition and you have to be in a place of power where people are willing to listen to you, and you're going to have millions of people following you and are willing to go along with what you're doing. You know what I mean? I think, look at, Nelson Mandela and everybody like that. He had so many followers and supporters and stuff, and things did change, but the world didn't change. You know what I mean? There's still places in the world where stuff like that's going along, but it's a small change.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying the weak people cannot change forever because they don't have power?
No, I don't. I just think it would be impossible to change the whole world. You can't. People have tried to change the world either for better or for worse, but it's just not possible because the world is such a big thing, and there's so many people with so many different beliefs and so many different opinions, right? People want to fight. People who are in charge of countries, they want war because they want more for themselves and greed, and not everybody is so selfless to, think that the world needs to be changed. So I just don't think it's possible.
So what you're saying is that we can't really change the whole world?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. We can't really change the whole world, but we can change a small part of the world, at least, and maybe that would make a huge difference to some countries and to some part of the world.
So, what do we learn about this theme? About change? Yeah. What do we learn about this theme about change?
I guess we learned that you can't really change the whole world by yourself. You're gonna have to have lots of supporters behind you and stuff like that. And even though you do have a lot of supporters and stuff, it's not like you're gonna change the whole world just like that, right? So.
I think that's a good way to sum it up. Anybody have anything else? Okay.